I think we're live. Awesome, awesome. Hello, hello. So if you're watching us after it's live, welcome to my Wellness Wednesday meditation live stream. Get yourself cozy and comfortable. Set up in your own sacred space because this is your you time to take care of you and your mental state. Okay, so you can grab a candle, incense, or anything. Light it up. I like to light incense, but actually today, I actually might do a candle. Now that I remember I have it. Oh my gosh. I'm just looking in the camera and I'm like, my little friend's back here and fell down. Try to decorate the space. Okay. So I'm just gonna do a little recap of this week before going to this meditation because I'm waiting for some of my usual peeps to come on into the live. So I do meditations on Mondays and Wednesdays. This actually is my last Wednesday live stream for a little while. I'm deciding to spend a little more time making actual YouTube videos instead of live streams. Just because I know people will find me more that way. Not many people like looking at live streams. But aside from that, I do tarot reading on Tuesday. I always read for the collective. So it's general reading, including anyone who resonates with it, for the collective. And I do that on Tuesdays on TikTok. It used to be Instagram. I might bring it back on there, but yeah, feel free to add me on Instagram if you're someone who's new, and then you can see all the things I be doing on there, and then I always post stuff on my stories. Okay, so I just lit this candle. It's a limited edition Wilderness Adventure scent. It has, let me see, what's the, darn, it's at the bottom, but I know there was like cedar wood in here, I think, or sage was in here too. Yeah, it's really earthy and I love it. But I'm gonna set the intention to this candle as I've lit it. I'm going to imagine that this fire here is representing the passion that all of us have as people, as human beings, as souls and spirits living in a human experience. Set the intention for all the positive abundance that we can have, love, most of all, prosperity in all of its forms, and light at the end of the tunnel, light that we choose to see throughout darkness in our lives. So setting that intention. 3 candle wicks here, so it should be pretty powerful. Alright. Get yourself grounded. I'm gonna give like maybe 2 more minutes and see who else pops in. I have my cards here on my table from yesterday. This is my tarot deck, the tarot reading that I did, my tarot spread. And I'm gonna sum that up by saying that we are going through changes as a collective humanity, and we're definitely being asked to take ownership and leadership over our lives, to step into a new era for ourselves, to have a grounded foundation. Being bold with what you choose to do with your action, like let it be something that resonates with your heart. We had a lot of red color in the tarot, so definitely bold energy. But yeah, and just giving that reminder that the Wheel of Fortune energy is the answer to our problems. We have to make the choice to be this Wheel of Fortune energy, to know that, damn, like we are so abundant in so many ways, and you have to believe that in order to see it around you. Even if you feel like your life doesn't have all the money or all the things that you want in it, you know, it's like, what we really all want most of all is to feel peaceful and to feel fulfilled, right? But the things that make us think we're gonna be fulfilled ends up being things outside of us, and that's not actually truly who we are. So imagine if you could just already feel fulfilled currently being who you are, and then you can attract the rest of it coming in through having positive mindsets and being able to see pathways a certain way, right? Definitely mindset change, mindset growth was the ending theme last night. So I don't know if any of you guys like the number 8, you like the number 1. I've been seeing 111 a lot recently. So yeah, Ace of Pentacles energy. Know that you have the Ace of Pentacles in your life, and there's pathways waiting for you to walk through. So just want to give that reminder. Heavenly signs, look out for signs, pay attention. Things aren't coincidences in this world. We think that, oh, that's a coincidence that happened, but no. I think a lot more people these days are realizing there's always a reason for things. And then support. Okay, ask for support if you need it. All right, so we're gonna pop into meditation in just a moment. Hey, Dwayne. How are you? Hearts for you. Things are okay. I'm doing fine. I don't know. I'm like in a neutral place. I'm grateful. I've been spiritually growing in a certain kind of way for myself. I feel more awake, wide awake than ever in a lot of ways, and I know it's a constant wave. So yeah, it's interesting. But yeah, there's always going to be the challenges, and I'm aware of that. It's never going to be perfect, you know, what we as humans think is perfect, but yeah. How are you doing? I think I'm just tired, you know. I'm generally tired, but I'm looking forward to things. I am looking forward to stuff. I am looking forward to completing things. Yeah, we had like 5 people in here. Where'd they all go? I thought we were about to meditate. They're just all gone now. Or I don't know, maybe it's not showing. Whatever, let me not complain about it. If they're meant to be in here, they will be in here. Alright. So, Akashic Records meditation. So tonight what we're doing, I feel like the Akashic Records meditation, we're going to do heart opening a little first, leading into the Akashic Records meditation, accessing Akashic Records. If you don't know what Akashic Records are, I posted about it, I guess not too long ago, honestly, a couple hours ago, so I apologize in advance for not being as, like, you know, days in advance on point with explanations on meditations. But, so, let's see, Dwayne said, I'm good, I'm definitely dragging today, waiting on this bus to head back east. You take it one step at a time, right? If anything, it's probably giving you more time to just be present. Mr. P, do a magic trick. I already am. We're already going to do a magic trick in a moment. The magic is within you. The magic trick is that you popped in here. Alright, so Akashic Records meditation. What is it about? Akashic Records is not like a physical record like it would sound. Akashic Records is an energetic library of pretty much all that there is that exists, the past, the present, and the future of all of our timelines, of your timeline, of your life. It's just like the quote-unquote book of life, if you will. You can think of it like that. Book of life, book of existence. And you can tap into that through meditation. And honestly, a lot of times we tap into Akashic Records, honestly, without realizing it, especially when you're like maybe even in like, after being in a dark place in life, right? You're at rock bottom, and then you like somehow get motivation or inspiration like through not wanting to give up. Somehow you're accessing Akashic Records in some kind of way. And that's how I see it as well. I feel like that's when you get the most messages at times too. But pretty much like the highest spirits, angels, spirit guides, music stopping, but it's okay. I'll leave that off for now. So like your spirit guides, angels, ascended masters, even Jesus is a real person. He was an ascended master, right? So there's like Buddha, right? That's an ascended master as well. So they're all within the Akashic Records, and they also help to give you insights. They can still like fairy tale to some people, and that's fine. But aside from that, like it's like, even if it sounds like a fairy tale to people, when you get insights on things, you get like an epiphany on an idea or something that comes to mind, that is like your spirit guides popping in to talk to you too. So we have to be more aware of those things. I think as we're going through a state of evolution throughout the galaxy and the universe. So just letting you guys know, I'm doing this meditation tonight. If anyone is feeling called to it, and if you're feeling like you need a change in your life, then this is gonna be it. This is a way to start. And I want to give the heads up that you know, it's like be patient with yourself. So Akashic Records meditation, maybe at first it's like, okay, you might not exactly like get like the most vivid imagination or something that comes into your mind. Like maybe you'll get a feeling about something, or a thought will pop into your head that just randomly, and it's like you just go with the flow of that. The reason why I asked us to have journal, so if you have a journal you didn't grab it yet, grab your journal. We're going to try to use, let me see, actually which one's my usual journal? I think I usually have, it's a planner. What the heck? I can't find my usual journal that I use. I have so many journals, guys. Alright, I'm just going to use this one. This is like my sort of miscellaneous journal. It counts. It counts. I'll write on this. So, alright. So if you have a journal, a piece of paper, get it all ready. And then if you have a paper, pen, anything to write with, grab that as well. Let's see. Dwayne said I was going to block him to show him a magic trick, but I'll be nice. Oh my gosh. I'm not doing tarot cards tonight. I was just explaining it because I did it yesterday on Tuesday. You can follow me on at Candy Bonus if you want to see my tarot cards. And / or TikTok, because I post on there too. I love tarot. Okay. You guys having a whole conversation. Let me play some other background music real quick while I get this settled into Okay. So yeah, grab your journal and something to write with, because basically when we do Akashic Records meditation, it's up to you how you want to do it. You can journal after the meditation, or you can journal like actually as you're doing a meditation. It can sound weird. So it's like, I'll guide us. I'll let you know. If you need to have like a soft gaze, like you'll basically ask a question, anything that you want to know. So start bringing that to mind. Start bringing to mind a question that you want to know. You can even write that question down. Okay? I'm trying to think. I want you guys to see what I wrote down. This is my personal life. Yeah, you can ask a question. Anything, the first thing that comes to mind that you feel pressed on, write down that question. Hey, Stevie. Yes, you did make it before I started doing anything. We're not doing like fast-paced breath work this time. I'm just gonna like guide us into the concentration breath, and we're gonna like just flow straight into like heart opening, and then we're gonna do Akashic Records. I was just describing, you didn't miss anything. I really just was describing about Akashic Records. I didn't know if, I'm sure you already know because you watch Sadhguru and stuff. But just basically be patient with yourself with Akashic Records. So whatever comes in, and if you feel like you don't get a lot of messages that come in, then it's okay. Just notice what you notice. I think most of all, notice what comes up. If most of all, just trying your best to have as clear of a mind as you can, which is the goal of meditation anyways, okay? So have that journal ready if you haven't already. I'm gonna grab my Akashic Records prayer thing. So we're gonna start off with a little prayer, because that's actually what you're supposed to do, because you're like literally basically channeling your spirit guides to speak to you. If you Jesus will be speaking to you, maybe, if he's your ascended master. Whatever ascended master. You can see what comes in. I'm going to guide us through a journey, basically, in a moment. I just got to find my thing. Sorry, guys. I thought I had it. Sorry, I have ADHD, guys. You know I'm a mess. I'll be right back. So I'm going to play some music here. And try to get yourself in a place where you're not thinking too much. Sorry, I have too much clutter here. Yeah, I think it's upstairs. I'll be right back. Sorry, everyone. Try to have no distractions as well. So see if you can have your space be cleared of any distractions and whatnot. Okay, I am back. Okay, so guys, we're gonna start with this prayer here. And like I said, if you wanna have a soft gaze somewhere, once we start meditating, keep a soft gaze, maybe not close your eyes completely, or maybe you do choose to close your eyes, and once we access Akashic records, then you can choose to have your eyes a little open, or you can write and journal afterwards, okay? And look at all my messy mail in the corner. Let's see, any questions before we start doing, we're gonna do some box breathing. Yeah, we're gonna do box breathing. That'll keep it simple. And I'm gonna guide it more. Dukes, is Dukes here? I think it's Dwayne, not Dukes. See, the inner messages I get, like, oh, I should grab a pair of shoes along with my slides. And I will ignore it thinking that's just nonsense, and then I realize, oh shit, I should have grabbed those shoes. Yeah, that's something. It's like something is like in you, like tugging you to like pay attention to something, right? That's your spirit guides communicating with you. Anytime you get a sense of motivation or an idea, and we like light up with an energy within us, like, or maybe you get a sense about, oh, I don't know if I trust that person, or you know, something happens and you're like, oh wait, I thought about that, like, or I had a weird feeling about that, right? That's your spirit guides literally communicating with you. And we don't realize that. We just think, oh, what a coincidence, you know? But no, it's not. So yeah, write your question down. I still actually I have 2 questions. For me, I'm guiding you through this. I don't know if I'm gonna really be channeling much myself, because I want to be able to guide a little bit better. Just in case, I'll write down my question too. So give me 1 minute. If you already have your question, let me know let me know if you have any questions about this Akashic Records meditation before we step into it. Most of all, make sure you're comfortable, right? And I think it's good to just write it down, whatever your question is, because then maybe, I feel like having it written on paper helps you like clearly see, you know, the words right in front of you, and then you're able to somehow get more messages based on that, in my opinion. I'm a visual learner, I guess. Do things visually. I still have 2 questions. All right. So now, hopefully you're done reading your question. Sorry, I'm gonna turn my fan. My fan is like, it's hot in here. I need to turn it to like I need to press the button so it circulates. Circulation. All right, let's do this, guys. You guys are ready? Oh, Stevie said I don't have a journal right now. Okay, that's fine. We chill. Hi, my friend. Hello, hello. Do you have like maybe a computer you can type on? And if not, then maybe just channel what you channel and then see if you can remember afterwards. Dukes is here. Oh yeah, what exactly are we supposed to do before the meditation? Write down questions? No, just write down one question if you have a question, or just keep it in mind. It's just so you have that visual there, okay? So, okay, I think we're ready. It's 20 minutes in. Now more people came in. Okay, y'all ready to do Akashic Records meditation? Let's do it. Okay, hopefully you're all in a comfortable space. I lit my candle with good intentions for everyone. So I did that. I already gave that little prayer for that. All right. So here we go. Akashic Records meditation here. We have the Lords of the Records. Just keeping in mind, there's beings of light. Lords of the Records, I'm going to describe them in Akashic Records. You can imagine them whichever way. Maybe imagine them with like hooded celestial beings. Masters, ascended masters, like I mentioned, Jesus, Buddha, etc. People throughout generations that we know have taught, well, spiritual things and enlightened people. Oh no, that's teachers, spiritual teachers. Ascended masters, wait. Masters have never been embodied. They make sure we awaken to the truth of who we are. Lords of the Records maintain the integrity of the records. We never see them, but know they're there. You just feel them as an energy. Okay, so this is all energy. So we're not going to be envisioning an actual library, but you could do that. Loved ones can come up in Akashic Records, so dead loved ones can come up, give you messages as well. They nudge us to be our best selves and nudge us into our best selves. Okay. So upon saying the prayer, by the way, I learned this from, I didn't just make this up. I learned this from someone else. Actually, I could tell you guys about it at the end. So upon saying the prayer, a practitioner will experience the subtle shift in awareness. So expect to experience a subtle shift in awareness, enough to register the vibrations. Okay, so if you're tapped in enough, you can allow yourself to be still and let go of thoughts enough, thoughts that don't have to do with this, right? You'll be able to feel the vibration in your body. Like you might feel tingly. People can hear, well, most people can honestly have a sense of knowing or a sense of seeing. So when you close your eyes, maybe you have like a vision or imagination of what these records could look like. Knowing, clear cognizance, a sense of knowing just within your body. Hearing, some people are clairaudient and you might not realize it. Just start noticing and describing experience. So the very first thing you can do with this is just start noticing it in general. Don't judge yourself, and then just describe it. If you can't write it down, Stevie, that's okay. You can write it down afterwards, whatever you remember. Okay, so let's do the prayer and give us it's okay, we can do this music for now. Okay, guidelines to success for reading the records. All right, so yes, opening prayer. You ready, guys? We're gonna say this together just once. This is basically a 3-parter. It's not that long, I promise. Sitting up nice and straight. Let's take a big deep breath in. Let it go. And so we do acknowledge the forces of light. I ask for guidance, direction, and courage to know the truth, the capital T. This will put me on track to live a life that I love, as it is revealed for my highest good and the highest good of all. Now this is part 2, moving into the alignment of the truth with the capital T. Say, oh, Holy Spirit of God. You don't have to believe in God itself, but it's just what we all connect to. O Holy Spirit of God, protect me from all forms of self-centeredness. So this helps to protect your energy from any negative spirits and whatnot as you channel this and do this meditation. Direct my attention to the work at hand. And now this last part here, we're gonna read this once out loud together. Well, it says to read it twice silently, but I actually realize you guys are not gonna be able to maybe. So you can say it out loud once with me, okay? So help me to know in the light of the Akashic records, to see myself through the eyes of the Lords of the records. Enable me to share the wisdom and compassion that the masters, teachers, or loved ones have for me. Okay, so close your eyes. I'm just going to say that silently 2 more times for us. Okay, now say with me, the records are now open. Okay, so since the records are open now, I want to guide us through heart-centered meditation. I'm going to play some music here. Okay, so you can close your eyes or you can keep a steady gaze. And just breathing in through your nose for a count of 4. At your own pace, hold all the way at the top for a count of 4. Exhale out for 4. Hold at the bottom for 4. Let's do a few more rounds. Breathe in. Hold. 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4. Hold at the bottom. 2, 3, 4, and keep going. We'll do 2 more rounds of the box breathing. In for 4. Maybe envision this box is coming in as a light energy through your nose and it's coming around your heart. Making sure to pulse to the top still for 4. Exhale out for 4. Hold at the bottom for 4. Breathing in again for 4. Do 1 more round of this box breathing. And then you can return to your natural breathing in and out the nose. Making sure to relax yourself fully into your seat. Envisioning this box you made as this light energy around your heart, allowing you to tap into the frequency of love, which is so freeing, unconditional love. And as this light energy is filled up within your heart. I invite you to envision that your soul, your spirit, is traveling outside of the confines of your heart into 3D here, in this 3D reality, and your soul and spirit is now starting to come out of your body and gently flow up above the ceiling, going out to reach the clouds, going further up past the ozone layers of this earth. Now you're all the way out into a safe space in the galaxy, out into the universe. Imagine you've created your own safe space, your own safe viewing point of the earth from this point of view. Now, as you look down at the earth, take a moment to envision everyone that lives on this planet, even people you don't like, without being drawn to a story, letting go of attachment to that story, just from human to human. Look at this earth, and I invite you to see hope for the possibilities of where we can transform, how we can transform, and where we're headed. That there is hope for where we're headed. Allow yourself to feel unconditional love within your heart space. As this soul version of you, out in outer space, you are unconditional love. You are the embodiment of unconditional love. And so as you look down at this earth, imagine that you're just holding us dearly, simply with your eyes and with your energy. Send all this unconditional, loving energy to all living beings on this planet, both those who are doing well and those who are suffering, and wishing the best for all living beings, in the hopes that we may come together unified. The human race unified, collectively, living cohesively, compatibly with animals, with the earth, nature. I invite us all to take a big deep breath all the way in, through the nose, fill up in our belly. Pause at the top. And with pursed lips, exhale out unconditional love all over the globe. Blowing it out all over into the aura of the earth. Breathe in another big deep breath in. Powering up your love, send it out. Looking at this beautiful earth that inhabits all of us as humans. Breathe all the way in one last time. And let it go. If you haven't already, and if you feel called to bring your palms to your heart, I invite you to bring your palms to your heart. Just take another moment holding this space. As unconditional love, you hold this space. Be unconditional love. As all of our souls are connected as a living race with similar emotions, similar thoughts, experiences. We're all divine reflections of the Source Creator. And we are the Source Creator. Maybe breathe that in and say to yourself, I am the Source Creator. I am a divine reflection of Source energy. I am the Source. And now, if you'd like, you can keep your palms to your heart, or you can bring your palms to your lap, or if you feel drawn to, you can keep a soft gaze. And bring your pencil or pen to your hand. Keep a soft gaze on your question if you wrote it down. We just want to one more time thank all the highest vibrational spirit guides, angels, ascended masters and teachers, the lords of light, the lords of the records, for allowing us this time. Thank yourself for allowing you this time to have a clear mind. And as you have a soft gaze on your question, ask this question to yourself, aloud or in your mind. Once you have your question ingrained into your mind, close your eyes again. Continue to ask the question until answers come up. Allow yourself to be patient. Allow yourself to feel into the question. And if you didn't have anything written down, bring the first question to mind that you would like to know about life, about your entire existence, your life purpose, whatever it is that you want to know. See what comes through. I will now allow for mostly more silence just with the music so you can channel, so you can concentrate. Just remember that even sensations count as something you can write down. Words and phrases that pop up, the most subtle signs, can count as an answer and channel. Being sure to take deep breaths. Especially if you get overwhelmed with energy. And if you need to stop at any time, feel free to stop or take a pause. If you notice thoughts outside of the question that you're channeling upon, then I invite you to just let it pass. And you can always come back to your point of focus, the breath, the feeling within, And if you're not writing, just envision yourself in your own safe bubble and space, if you haven't already. Take another moment to notice any feelings within the body. Now give us another 3 minutes. I'll give us another minute to wrap up anything. Any answers you're getting. with your eyes closed. Feeling unconditional love in your heart, I invite us all to rub our palms together. Maybe even looking in the eye, whoever gave you the answers. And then separate your palms, feel your energy, and then place your palms over your heart. Giving our closing prayer for tonight's meditation and channel. I invite you to read aloud after me. Thank you, Ascended Masters, teachers, and loved ones. Thank you, Lords of the Records, and the Spirit of Light, for all knowledge and healing. The records are now closed. Amen. The records are now closed. Amen. The records are now closed. Amen. And so it is. Now when you're ready, you may gently blink your eyes open, or you can take a moment if you need to. You can imagine, maybe even since we did that visualization, you can imagine your soul is coming back down from space, back into your body. So you can feel grounded and sealed in with this energy. Just slowly sucking back in to your present self, your full body here. Okay. Now when you're ready, you can open your eyes. And blink your eyes open. All right. Cool. So now this was a little different. I know we didn't exactly just do meditation, so if you were writing, maybe that didn't feel exactly the most comfortable to you, but let me know how that felt for you, and if you were able to get any messages. And of course, you don't have to tell me what questions you had unless you want to, but let me know. You can let me know what sensations you maybe felt, or like if you felt like answers were able to come to you and how they came in for you. I can let you guys know for me. Of course, as I'm guiding it, it was sort of like, I don't know. It was like I was writing too, so I did allow myself to have that meditation, and that way of channeling. But yeah, I think I was still partially like a little hyper-focused. I don't know, it's weird. I think I first noticed a buzzing lightness in my body. And so I wrote that down. I can tell you guys, I won't go too in depth with my question because it is a little more personal, but I asked what my purpose was with a specific collective, and what role do I play, and should I actually be there for an upcoming event they have. And so I felt buzzing light in my body. I put that, it just came to me, like, to me it came through as like sort of like words would come up for me, like as if it was like written down already. And so then that's when I chose to write them down, is like they would just come up, I guess you can say, like a thought in my head. So I put down to shed love and light, to remind others, my purpose, I guess, yes, to shed love and light, to remind others within of who they really are, to protect, to guide the experience, awaken others to who they really are. And I really asked, like, should I be there or not? And I really went into this with a clear mind. Honestly, I did feel very clear-minded. Like, I felt empty, as if I was like in the void. When you think of the void in the galaxy, it's like nothingness, and then it leaves it open to like any path, right? But that's why we protect ourselves energetically with the opening prayer. And then what spoke to me, which I perceived as my spirit guides, said, yes, you should be there. You play the role of a conduit. You help to transform and spread love. At the end, I wrote down neutrality. I guess that's just what I was feeling. I went back to focusing on how I felt. So I wrote down neutrality, clear-headed, unconditional love. Look nowhere else but within. Be only who you are meant to be, dear one. So I think that was like a bit of that channeling from that spirit. And I did feel like I was being guided to write in this way a bit. So I wouldn't write dear one about myself. So yeah, I think it can be a little weird at first trying to do this kind of thing. Let me know if it was weird for you, and that's totally okay. But basically, this is how you practice. Like doing it, if you're doing this for the very first time, you might not get clear visions of like some kind of clear vision to your answer, or you might not hear. I don't know. For me, I didn't really hear. To me, it's like more like a visual, or like a thought was planted into my head. That's what to me it felt like. Like I don't know how to really describe it to you guys, but I was able to generally feel empty and open to what should come in. So I allowed whatever first came in. That's what I started writing, and I trust that as a message for myself. And so just trust that. I say, like, starting out, just trust it. Like, I'm no expert. I'm not an expert at Akashic Records meditations. I'm just going to say that right now. Okay. If I didn't say that already, I'm not an expert at it, but I'm someone who, like, I've done a few practicing by now, and that's how I know my soul name is Candy. And it just aligns to me, and I feel it actually in my heart space. So that's how you can know you're getting guidance from the highest vibration. And that's what we're welcoming in here. So let me know if you had any resistance to that, what you felt, if it was distracting with me talking at times. This is something I would like to try again in the future. I know that this is the last Wednesday live stream, but maybe I could do this again on a Monday again at some point and see. Maybe I would actually like have us meditate first before doing the opening prayer, so you're like in this clear space and won't have any like set expectations about mentioning God and stuff, because I don't really, guys, I'm very spiritual. I'm not religious though, okay? So for this prayer that I got, this woman, she like used to be Catholic, but she's not Catholic now. She is very spiritual. It's like God is like supposed to be just all of it. It's all of it. It could be to Buddha too, if that's someone that you're specifically thinking of. It's literally just source itself. You could say source. That's why I say that. The universe is literally just all encompassing, but it mentions God in a prayer just because it's a universal term. That's all. I just want to say that. If people are Christian and maybe it resonates with you and you're like, okay, cool, yeah, I'm happy that they mentioned the Holy Spirit of God, right? But it's just supposed to be, because I know the term can have heavy weights for some people, you know? So just letting you know, this is not supposed to be like a Bible prayer. For those who are happy about that and you think it sounds like a Bible prayer, then that's good. I'm glad you like that. But it's just supposed to be just like general, open, universal, all-encompassing. Holy Spirit is just like the highest entity. And it mentions God because that is universal term. Just said in different ways, basically. And then at the end, yeah, amen is just said part of that. But if you don't want to say that, you don't have to say amen. But I feel like it's just still a nice thing to say, and we don't have to get too, you know, you don't have to be too set in your ways on that. Especially like if we're tapping to Akashic Records, you're being open to frequencies, and you're being open to just life as it is and going with the flow, and you're not trying to have attachment to an identity, right? And so that's sort of the point, like you're being open to receive as much as you can. And Akashic Records holds you, the light beings within Akashic Records is not going to be mad at you. If you hold a tantrum or something and you're like, I'm angry, that I won't get certain answers. They still hold you with love and light. And that's the whole point. They like hold you dearly, like you're, you know, their sweet child, you know, and that's supposed to be the energy you feel. So let me know if you felt that. Let me see some comments here. Let's see. Someone, Australian guy in your chat. Love from the Australia Outback Reservation Center. Hello. From Australia? Seriously? That's awesome. Yay, we're getting people out there in different parts of the world. I'm happy about that. Well, most of us are from the US, and we're like on the East Coast. That makes me happy. Excuse me, yawning, I'm tired. Stevie said, I'm not gonna lie, I was so distracted by everything around me. That's okay. Like fleas, dogs, fixing my seating position, and other things. I don't think I was in the right headspace at all. It's been rough. Okay, no worries. Wait, I'll see what Dwayne said in a second, because I know you continued your comment. My question was, what are the best ways to manage myself with changing and transforming into the best version of me? Okay, what are the best ways to manage myself with changing and transforming into the best version of me? Okay, yeah, you definitely can get answers to that. Literally, things will come to you. And like I wrote down, I literally wrote down a whole bunch of notes about this. I learned from a lady, there's a show called Awaken the Sixth Sense, who, I don't know if Dwayne is still here, but he recommended me to watch that because that helps his spiritual awakening. And yeah, it's really tapped in these people who are like successful in their careers, but successful in a way that they really love what they're doing, and they are spiritually in tune people, renowned in their fields, right? They're known well within their fields. This one woman, she's so silly, it's hilarious. So she was talking about all these different things that she experienced channeling the Akashic records since, like, she was, I think she said in her late 20s or 30s or something. Can't remember what age she said, but yeah, it's on the app Forbidden Knowledge. If you look it up, I suggest looking it up. I can't remember if you need a subscription. If you do, it's just $8 a month, and I think it's worth it. Or you might have like a month free or something like that. So I think it's worth looking into. Awaken the Sixth Sense. And so she talked about this, and this is the thing that she teaches and stuff, and she does it with people. Let's see. I do think I got 2 instant messages to the question, but the rest was just distractions and frustration. Okay, no worries. That's something. See, like, even the most subtle things are just like, if you get one thing that comes like naturally to you within your body, within your mind, like that will be an answer to, and it'll be something that you can work with. You can work upon that. You can do this meditation again, like maybe tomorrow night or morning. I can send, if anyone's interested, let me know now, or add me on, if you happen to add me, Candy Wellness. Add me on Instagram. Sorry. Add me on Instagram at Candy Wellness. And I can send you this prayer. Basically, every time you do Akashic Records meditation, by the way, this is like a must. You have to do some kind of opening intention setting. So, opening prayer situation. It doesn't have to be this, maybe. You could Google it too. That's what the lady also said. But I followed her suggestion because I feel like I don't know, I liked how the way she did it, and I feel like I was able to tap in pretty well after doing her opening prayer. So they're probably all going to be like pretty similar, honestly. You're always going to start by acknowledging the forces of light, right? Setting your intention into that, and then you move into like wishing yourself clarity, no other energies to come in through this, because that's what happens when you have negative thoughts too. They're negative thought forms. Now, those can also be part of negative spirits. That's why when people say your thoughts are not yours, honestly, they're still telling the truth. Not to scare anyone, but our thoughts aren't actually us. They're not us, you know? Thoughts come from experiences, but who we are is in here, you know? We're outside of just the thoughts. We're more than just the thoughts. And a lot of it can end up being like negative thought forms and negative entities and whatnot can latch onto you when you focus on something that's negative. And that's why it's good to stay positive. Even if you feel sad, try to still see the positive in something, and then you can work your way up frequency wise. But we all need the light and dark in our lives. They all teach us something. But anyway, I'm sorry. I'm like anyway, I don't mean to sound like really short today, guys, by the way. I don't know, I'm not feeling, I don't know, I'm not excited or sad or anything. I'm just neutral. I don't know, I'm just a baseline right now, which I think was good for this meditation. I think I need it to be, so I wouldn't have too much racing thoughts. I'm just matter-of-factly today. Dwayne said, okay, he's out of here. Have a wonderful week, Dwayne. Oh, wait, he said, it was a great meditation. I've been leaving a lot lately. I'm seeing lots of visions. Okay. I was literally in the white light portal where I was looking left and right and could stop and see into each room. Oh, wow, okay. The realms that he be tapping into. Wait, is that a good thing, or I don't know. I'm like, was that a good thing? I don't know. I guess he's saying it was just like a lot. I know he's like on his train or waiting for his train to leave too, so. Have a great week, Dwayne. I'll message you back. I don't know if he's still here, but I'll message you back soon. It's been like a week. I'm doing bad with the messages a little bit with that. I don't know. I'm doing my best. I'm doing good. Okay, I'm doing fine. Okay, so Stevie said, I think these answers will be given to me as I continue my journey, especially because me and Akasha have a strong relationship already. Yep. And things come to me randomly at times. Tomorrow I'll be at Song Circle, okay, with a bunch of spiritual friends. Ooh, that sounds exciting. Music is a creation of the soul, right? Music is part of our souls. It's like a physical reflection of our soul, so that's amazing. And you definitely, I think you'd get messages from that. You'd get some heavenly signs, if you will, from that. That's awesome. I'm happy for you. Definitely enjoy that. It's good to mix things up. Going to a burn, going to a song circle. Aside from that, messages we can get. So basically, when we close out, when we have like the closing prayer. So yeah, you always want to have an opening, you want to have a closing, so you can close your session. You shouldn't be leaving the energies of the Akash open going into your day. You can have insights and stuff. Obviously, we'll always have insights in general. It'd be like our own intuition from our spirit guides and whatnot communicating with us. But also, what was I going to say about that? Oh, that doesn't necessarily mean that itself is from the Akashic records. I don't know. I'm trying to think about that. Earlier I did say we sort of access it in a way. I feel it's hard to explain. Because our spirit guides, obviously, they're aligned to the Akashic records too. Like, they know the shits. They know the shits. You know, so. But it's like, you know, unless you're asking specifically, opening the Akashic records, yeah, you don't want the energy all out in your day-to-day, so that's always good to close it. But yeah, you can still get insights on things in general, and then you can just have more of a clear channel with the Akashic records when you're sitting with it. So I recommend doing this again, and I can send you what I have written down, all my notes and whatnot, my notes that I wrote down from this lady. But yeah, I didn't just make this up. This lady literally, who does this for a living, she is the one who I got this information from, and I wrote it down, you know. She's in a show called The Awaken to Sixth Sense. And she was having an interview with the guy who hosts it, Emilio Ortiz. I can't remember the lady's name, though. Actually, I should have written down her name. But yeah, you would see it, Awaken to Sixth Sense, on Forbidden Knowledge app, for Forbidden Knowledge TV app. She's on, I can't remember what episode, but you'd see the title. It's only 8 episodes anyway. So I definitely recommend checking it out if you're interested in tapping into Akashic records more. It does take practice. You do have to be patient, and that's why I mentioned that. Because, like, yeah, don't be frustrated if you feel like you didn't get the answers that you were expecting. It's not supposed to be about what you expect. It's like, when you're ready, the answers will be given to you in this time of stillness. And when you're listening close enough, you're feeling and listening close enough, and allowing what to come to you. So I recommend doing this again, because it does take practice, basically, is what I'm saying. Okay. Probably repeated that like 3 times, but my ADHD does that. Okay. Anyone got any questions for me? I'll be full of, like, unconditional love in your heart, at least, as well. I feel like I do. If anyone has any other experiences they want to share, I'll give you like another minute to share it out. Oh, it's 11:11, guys. 11:11. Look at the clock. I always be seeing it. Got your spiritual wisdom number, 777. It's 11:11. Oh, yeah. Good stuff, guys. So there's good things coming for all of us, and maybe you've been feeling it. And it does take going through the shit first, the sufferings first. Because it's for the experience, for the journey of our souls living a human experience. Okay. You're not alone, though. You're not alone. So if you ever need support, reach out to me on Instagram. I'll try my best to answer as fast as I can. Oh, Stevie said one of the answers I think I got was literally a picture of a Shivite. Oh. A yogi that is a devotee of Shiva. Ooh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, Shivite. I have heard that before. A Shivite. Shivite? I don't know if I'm saying it right. Shivite or Shivite. And I was actually thinking about becoming one myself. Okay, so maybe, wait, what your question was again? What are the best ways to manage myself with changing and transforming into the best version of me? Okay. Maybe that is part of your answer there, you know? There might not only just be one answer, but that could be on that path there. And since that was the first one you got, or one of the first ones you got, I think that is a huge answer for you. And then you can ask the same question again next time you do this and see what else comes up. Maybe that is what comes up again, but it comes up stronger. You get more like a visualization, or you get more of a feeling as if you're in that moment as the Shivite, right? So yeah, you can get deeper. That's how I understand it. For me, it's like I get sort of step into the moment a little bit in a way. But it's like I'm working on honing my skill with this too, into this meditation. But it really takes letting go of judgments about yourself and letting go of like thoughts that could just pop in, and like, you know, just seeing what comes in, and it'll get stronger. And honestly, this is how honestly, you might not, you know, you can ask questions to your friends, your family, ChatGPT. I mean, that's another thing. Channeling spirit guides through ChatGPT is another thing, but we'll talk about that maybe in the future when people are ready. But you don't need answers technically always from like your friends and family. If you're asking for advice, you literally can tap into yourself through the Akashic records, because we all have the ability to do that. You just have to quiet your mind enough to like do that. Turn that dial. Okay. Stevie said, I think that's a path towards more clarity, more truth, and answers. Yes, I agree. I believe so as well. I think Shiva would help you a lot. And he's one of the ascended, I'm pretty sure he's one of the ascended teachers or masters. I only wrote down 2 examples because she mentioned 2. Jesus, Lao Tzu, I guess Buddha, or is Buddha an ascended master? No, because Jesus and Buddha, I think, are like the same level, right? Anyway, you know, the high vibrational people and beings and gods that existed and whatnot. Okay. So, thank you guys so much for tapping in tonight with me. Yeah, we can do this again. Let me know if you really liked it. You can please like, subscribe if you haven't already, if you're someone who hasn't subscribed. And yeah, like, I want to do more of these. This will be the last Wednesday one for a while, and I do want to make some meditation YouTube videos that you can do maybe on a Wednesday. So bear with me. Hopefully by next Wednesday I should have one ready, and if not, the following Wednesday. But I'm like trying my best to like tap into that and get it done. All right, love you guys. Hearts. Mwah, mwah. Peace and one love, guys. Good night. Good night. You were beautiful and you are already whole. Just remember that.